Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. And in today's video we have this Kia K4 GT and we're going to do the front grille and front lip chrome delete installation for this vehicle. So this is how both of the panels look before doing the installation, and this is how it looks after the installation. So we use the gloss black material in order to black out the top and the lip of the vehicle. Link for both products will be provided below, but with that being said, let's start with the installation video. These are the tools you need for the installation. Okay, so before we start with the installation, we need to make sure we prep the top and the bottom panels. We're going to need two solutions in order to do the prep. Both of these solutions contain distilled water. The only difference is this one has baby shampoo mixed with the distilled water, and this one has isopropyl alcohol mixed with it. So our first solution is our slip solution. So grab it, spray it onto your microfiber towel, and just make sure to start removing any contaminants that both panels may have. And also clean around the surrounding area in case the film does touch the paint, it doesn't catch any contaminants. Grab your tack solution, spray it onto your microfiber towel, and what this does, it just helps remove any hard contaminants like any wax, oils, grease, or any coating that each panel may have. And then once you're done prepping each panel, make sure everything's completely dry. That way the adhesive on the film is able to tack down to the panel. So we're going to start with the middle piece here. So with this one, just align it and make sure everything is being covered just like this. It's pretty simple, nothing too hard. It's just making sure you start from the middle and work your way out, and then do the same for this end. Make sure that the chrome is being covered and adjust as needed. Make sure you're careful when you're tightening down, that way you don't crease the film. Go ahead and grab your squeegee, start tacking the film down, and don't forget about the middle section. And then around these curved areas, you can use a heat gun or a hairdryer just to help it tack down, that way it doesn't lift over time. So if you have a heat gun or a hairdryer, use the lowest setting on your device and just apply heat. That way we help the adhesive on the film tack down faster. You will have a little bit of extra material on both edges here. That's perfectly fine. If you do, you just take out your blade after applying heat and just trimming it off slowly. There's a small gap here where you could insert your blade and trim off the extra material, and then just peel off the material you don't need. And just do the same on the other end, and then once you're done, move on with the front lip. Okay, so when it comes to the bottom lip, it's going to be a two-piece installation. So for the bottom lip, just make sure you have enough material to cover the bottom and enough material to cover the top. So you can start from either end. Just make sure wherever you start, make sure it's not touching the floor, and align it to the edge right here. And then slowly help it tack down. So just from the edge and work your way to the other end right here. And just adjust as needed. It is going to be just a little tricky, but just like I mentioned, adjust as needed. If you do come across any fingers, just lift and help it tack down to adjust as needed. And now that the top section here is good to go, you just go ahead, grab your squeegee, start from the bottom here and work your way down. So you will have to get underneath the vehicle in order to help it tack down. So hold the film, grab your squeegee, and just tack it down as you go. And that's pretty much it. You will have to just make sure to go underneath your vehicle. That way you're able to see that everything's being covered. And if you need to lift to adjust, you can always do that. And if you're having trouble bringing the film down, apply a little bit of heat to loosen up the film, and then tack it down side to side. Two, three. And before we trim off any excess material, just make sure you seal the top edges here. Just grab your heat gun, apply heat, and just help it tack down, just like this. And if you have excess material, you would just trim it off, find the edge, and slowly trim off the excess material. And then you move on to the last piece here. So for the last piece, just make sure to align it to this section in the middle. So give yourself material to align the middle section here. Okay, and once you align this section here, just work your way to one end and you will repeat it to the other one. So lift carefully, making sure everything's being covered. If the palm's not covered, just lift it and adjust it as needed. Once you finish tacking it down, grab your squeegee. With this part, you could tuck in the film underneath the panel here. Do the same here, tuck it inside. And then squeegee the bottom. And then to seal the edges, same process as how we did it here. Apply heat to seal everything. Okay, and that's pretty much it. And then once you're done with the install, the last thing to do is post heat both of them. So when it comes to the post heating, you can use a heat gun or a hair dryer. Just make sure whichever device you use the lowest setting on your device and just apply heat evenly throughout the entire panel. That way we help the adhesive on the film activate faster. So apply heat throughout the front and lip, and once you're done with this process, you're done with the installation. So that concludes the installation video for the front grille and the front lip installation for the Kia K4 GT. We hope that the video helped you guys out with the installation. Don't forget to drop a like on the video, make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our upcoming installation videos. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one.